Hi, welcome to the channel English for Life. Today our lesson is verbs. Verb. What is a verb? If someone asks you this question, your basic answer is a verb is a doing word because verb describes an action. In a sentence there are three parts: subject, verb and object. The verb describes what the subject is doing. So we can say a verb is an action word, or we can say in more detail, a verb is a word which shows an action, a state or occurrence. Now you know it's not only an action, it describes a state or occurrence. So we'll discuss these in detail. Types of verbs. In English, there are different types of verbs. We'll see what they are. Stative verbs and action verbs, main verbs and helping verbs, modals or modal verbs, regular and irregular verbs, transitive and intransitive verbs. These are the types of verbs in English. Now we'll discuss each in detail. Action verbs. From the name itself, you can get the idea that action verbs describe an action. An action verb describes physical activities, actions which we perform physically. The action verbs tell us what the subject of the sentence is doing. We call these words dynamic verbs as well. Now you can see the examples, the physical activities: sit, run, swim, jump, wash, walk, write, ride, read, draw, drink. All these verbs show some kind of physical action. Look at their sentences. Sam reads a book every day. The children run to school. You can see the verbs are highlighted. So these verbs show a physical activity. The verb reads show what the Sam is doing. Sam is the subject in the sentence. The verb reads show what Sam is doing. The children run to school. Run is the verb. The children is the subject. The verb run shows what the children are doing. So the verbs which describe an action are called action verbs. Next one is stative verbs, or we call them state verbs. The difference between state verbs and action verbs is action verbs describe an action, but stative verbs do not describe an action. Instead, these verbs describe thoughts, emotions, opinions, senses, possession, and the state of being. These verbs are called stative verbs. In sentences, the verbs are stative verbs: have, belongs, loves, feel. These verbs do not show what the subject is doing, but they show what the subject belongs, what the subject has, what the subject loves or feel. What you must remember is these state verbs cannot be used in continuous form, or we call it ing form. We cannot use them in ing form. But you can use the action verbs in ing form. You can say the man is washing his car. She is writing a letter. Brother is eating a mango. You can say like that. But you cannot use ing form or the continuous form with stative verbs. Look at these sentences. I like your new dress. That sentence is correct. But if you say I am liking your new dress, the sentence is wrong, because like is a stative verb. She needs your help. That sentence is correct. But if you say she is needing your help, then the sentence is wrong, because need is a stative verb. So like that, you cannot use stative verbs in ing form or continuous form. Some verbs can be both state and action verbs. Look at the first verb, be verb. Be verb, he is immature. So here the verb is. It is a stative verb. Second verb, he is being immature. Is being is a dynamic verb. That's why it is in continuous form. Have. Second verb, have. She has a nice bag. Something she possesses. So the verb has is a stative verb there. Second sentence, she is having dinner. Continuous form. The verb has is in continuous form. She is having dinner. So the verb is dynamic verb. Look. You look smart. Look is a stative verb in the first sentence. Second verb, he is looking for a maths class. Is looking is the verb. It is a dynamic verb. And feel also same. I feel good today. Feel is a stative verb in the first sentence. So you can use it in ing form or continuous form. You can say, I am feeling a bit sleepy. So, am feeling is a dynamic verb. I am thinking of buying a computer. Am thinking is the dynamic verb because it's in continuous form. You can use think as a stative verb like this. I think he is a good person. Smell, taste, weigh, measure are also can be used as both stative and dynamic verbs. And here you can see some more examples of stative verbs. Okay, now we look at the next type, main verbs and helping verbs. Main verbs. What are the main verbs? Main verb is the word which expresses the action. It shows the nature of the action. So look at the examples given. My mother cooks rice. We enjoy the movie. In both sentences, you can see the verbs are highlighted, cooks and enjoy. These two are the main verbs of these two sentences. These two describe the action the subject is doing. It is very easy to find the main. Now we will see what the helping verbs are. Helping verbs, or we call them auxiliary verbs. These auxiliary verbs do not show the action. Now we learned main verbs show the action, but auxiliary verbs do not show the action. They tell you the time of the action. Look at the examples. In these two sentences, main verb is riding. In the first sentence, helping verb or the auxiliary verb is. And second verb, auxiliary verb is was. So in the first sentence, the helping verb is shows you the time of the action. She is riding. She is riding means the action is happening now. Second sentence, she was riding a bicycle. Was riding, was is the helping verb. It shows the time of the action, that is in past. The action happened in the past. So now you can see auxiliary verbs describe the time of the action. And now you can see the primary auxiliaries or the main auxiliaries. Be, do, have. We use these auxiliaries more often. Be. Be verb, you know there are three parts: present, past and future. In present we use am is are. In past we use was, were. In future we use will and shall. And the verb do, does we use in present tense. Do with the plural subjects, does with the singular subjects. And did we use in past tense. With has, have we used in present tense, and had in past tense. Has with singular subjects, have with plural subjects. And what you have to remember is primary auxiliaries can be used as main verbs as well. Look at the examples. Be as a main verb. He is a pupil, I was a teacher. Is and was are main verbs. Be as a helping verb. I am working, you were working. In these two sentences, working is the main verb. Am and were are helping verbs. Have as a main verb. He has a beautiful house. They have a car. We had dinner with our friends. In these three sentences, has, have, had are main verbs. Have as a helping verb. I have done the work. We had gone. He has bought a new car. Done, gone, bought are the main verbs here. Have, had, has are helping verbs. Do as a main verb. I do my homework. She did her homework. He does his homework. In these three sentences, do, did, does are main verbs. Do as a helping verb. He doesn't do his work. Did you see him yesterday? She did not work last month. In these three sentences, do, see, work are main verbs. Doesn't, did not are helping verbs. Now you can see how the helping verbs or auxiliary verbs can be used as both main and helping verbs. Okay, next is the modal verbs, or we call them modal auxiliaries. These verbs are used to express permission, possibility, ability, obligation, and necessity. Can, could, may, might, must, ought to, should are modal verbs. Can, could we use to express permission and ability. May, might to show possibility and permission. Must we use to show obligation. Ought to and should we use to show necessity. Dare, used to, and need are also used as auxiliary verbs in some occasions. Okay, now you have an idea about modal verbs. Okay, now the next is regular and irregular verbs. You must have heard of these verbs. Regular and irregular verbs. Do you know how many forms are there for a verb? There are 5 forms. These 5 forms are infinitive, or we call it verb stem, and present tense form, ing form or the continuous form, past tense form, and the past participle form. Look at the examples given. To wash, infinitive form, to wash. The present tense forms are wash and washes. Washes we use with singular subjects, wash we use with plural subjects. And the continuous form is washing, and the past and past participle forms are washed. Jump, present tense form, jump, jumps. Continuous form, jumping. Past tense and past participle, jumped. To drink, present tense form, drink and drinks. Continuous form, drinking. Past tense form is drank. Past participle form is drunk. To give, present tense forms are give, gives. Ing form, giving. Past tense form, gave. Past participle form is given. Now when you look at these words, you can see the first two verbs, past tense and past participle, are same. We form past and past participle forms by adding ed to the verb. Last two verbs, past and past participle forms, are different. Past tense form is drank, past participle form is drunk. Past tense form is gave, past participle form is given. Verbs which form the past and past participle by adding ed are called regular verbs. So the first two verbs are regular verbs. Verbs which form the past and past participle form in different ways are called irregular verbs. So last two verbs are irregular verbs. Remember, in irregular verbs, past tense and past participle forms are different. So there's no rule how to make these or how to form these past and past participle forms. So you have to learn it through experience by reading. Or you can study the irregular verb list with past and past participle forms. Now here I have taken main three forms of the verb: infinitive, past tense and past participle. Some irregular verbs are there. Infinitive, past tense and past participle, all three are different, like fall, fell, fallen. There are some other irregular verbs, past and past participle are same. Look at the verb make, past tense and past participle same, made, made. And look at shut, 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 shut. Infinitive, past tense, past participle are same. Same word. Cut, cut, cut. Put, put, put. Hit, hit, hit are some other examples. Then look at the verb come. This verb, infinitive and past participle is same, but the past tense is different. Come, came, come. Another example, run, ran, run. And the last one, read, read, read. You can see same word, same spellings, but the pronunciation is different. Read, read, read. So these are some of the ways irregular verb forms are made. So when you study your irregular verbs list, you can see these differences. And there are some verbs which are both regular and irregular. Look at the verbs burn, dream, learn, smell. Burn, burnt is also correct. Burned also correct. Burn, past tense and past participle, you can use burnt and you can use burned. Dream, past tense and past participle, you can use dreamt. Also you can use dreamed. Learn, you can use learned. Also you can use learned. Smell, smelt. Also you can use smelled. So these verbs are both regular and irregular. Now it's the last type of verb, transitive and intransitive verbs. What are these transitive and intransitive verbs? You know, in a sentence there are three parts: subject, verb and object. Now you know what the subject is. You know what the verb is. So what is the object? Object is the word which receives the action in a sentence. Now look here, she reads a newspaper. She is the subject, reads is the verb, and a newspaper is the object. What she reads? A newspaper. When the verb is followed by an object, we call that verb is a transitive verb. Now, in the examples, she reads a newspaper. What she reads? Newspaper. So, the verb reads is followed by the object newspaper. So, the verb reads is a transitive verb. He burned the letter. What he burns? The letter. The letter precedes the action burnt. Burnt is followed by an object. It is the letter. So the verb burnt is a transitive verb. My brother plays football. What my brother plays? Football. So the verb plays is followed by the object football. So verb plays is a transitive verb. Now it's clear what the transitive verbs are. Now we'll see what the intransitive verbs are. A verb is called intransitive when it has no object or when it is not followed by an object. He arrived here. Now this sentence has no object. In the previous sentence, when you ask the question who or what, there's an answer. She reads a newspaper. She reads what? Newspaper. He burned the letter. He burnt what? The letter. My brother plays football. My brother plays what? Football. My sister kissed my mother. My sister kissed who? My mother. So, when you ask the question who or what, there's an answer in transitive verbs. But when you ask the same question with these sentences, there's no answer for that. He arrived here. He arrived what? There's no answer. He arrived who? There's no answer. Same with the other two sentences. So when a verb is not followed by an object, these verbs are called intransitive verbs. Many verbs are both transitive and intransitive. Now look here, he burned the letter. In that sentence, when you ask the question what he burned, the answer is letter. So the verb is transitive. The same verb as an intransitive verb, the fire is burning brightly. There's no object in that sentence. There's no receiver of the action. The word brightly is not the object. It is an adverb. It describes how the action happens. So, is burning is an intransitive verb. They grow wheat. In this sentence, grow is a transitive verb because it is followed by the object wheat. Wheat grows in China. In that sentence, grows is an intransitive verb. Anna speaks German. Verb speaks is a transitive verb. It is followed by the object German. Anna speaks what? German. My sister speaks softly. Softly is the adverb here. It's not an object. So the verb speaks is an intransitive verb. So now you can see from these examples how some verbs can be both transitive and intransitive. Now we have come to the end of our lesson. If you like the video, press like and subscribe to the channel English for Life. Let's meet soon with another video. Have a nice day.